Hey, folks, welcome to the Generational Gap. I'm Robert, your resident Gen Xer, and right over there is John. John is our resident millennial, as you all know. John, how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, pretty good. Ready to laugh for sure.
Yeah,
Ready to
hopefully
get
there's something to
laughter in
laugh
there.
at. Hopefully there's something to laugh at. Um,
Hopefully.
it's in short supply for me right now. I'm like, all right, laughter's in short supply. I'm like, ooh, I don't know, John. I don't know. I might be in a spiral. I might be in a spiral. I'm just like,
No,
yeah, it's all just, it's all just crazy. It's hard to laugh at anymore. It's
it is
really
hard
hard.
to laugh.
It's
That's
really
what we're
hard to
here
laugh
for.
at. It's really hard to laugh
What we're here for, Robert. What we're here to do for these fine people.
at. Really, what you just say?
That's what we're here for. These fine people or something like that.
Or something like that. Good job. Good
Something
job.
like that. It
Inspiring
was a long
stuff.
time ago.
So
Yeah.
inspiring. I don't even remember what I just said.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. We had to.
I believe I see Ron Helton over in Trovo. Good to see you tonight, Mr. Helton. Hope you're doing well. No, no, it's crazy. Sorry, we didn't have a show on Friday night. That's a lot of that's my fault. I did give advance warning that I might not be able to make it because we were going to be busy. Uh,
I know it's
what's up, fellow tax slaves? Nice, nice job,
Oh, I
Mister
didn't see
Helton.
that. Okay, there we go.
What?
All I
What's
saw
up,
was it
fellow?
said what.
I think he accidentally hit enter
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
the apostrophe. I do that. I hate it when I do that, Ron. I hate it. And
Yeah.
I know your pain right now.
It makes
And
you
that
look like
what
you're
goes out there and it's like what, what? You know, isn't it great that sometimes the only response to what is what,
what?
what,
What?
right?
What do
Oh,
you
I
mean?
love that.
What?
That's perfect. It's like yep, hit the return key by mistake. You nailed it. See, I'm there.
Return key. Now
You got
that's
the.
he's showing his age there.
No.
Calling it the return key.
Please. I
No
get
one
it.
calls it that.
Yes, it does date us, but you know what?
It
You know what?
does. I'm
It.
not saying you're wrong. I'm
It's
not saying
great.
like it's a bad
I love
thing. I'm
it.
just saying
Um,
that's you can tell the age.
uh, uh,
That
Helton, were you a Smith Corona kind of guy, or were you what's it, Remington? What was it, the Remington repeater?
hell yeah.
So nothing like the sound of an old typewriter, but you know, getting your hands on them these days is few and far between. You got to go catch a library closing up, it's cleaning out some of the dungeon.
Library.
I learned how to type on an Underwood manual typewriter and later an IBM electric, right? Those little IBM electrics, that ball. It was fucking crazy.
It's
Did
kind
you
of
ever
fucking
have you
crazy.
ever touched a typewriter in your life, John?
I've touched one, yes. There was a friend of mine whose grandmother lived with him, and she had one.
All
So
right,
yes,
but did you
it was
ever
like legit, like not an electric one, like a legit little fucking
did
arm.
you did you use it for anything?
No, but I did touch it.
Now let me ask you this, and I believe Mr. Helton can attest to this. Being that you had never used it, did you at some point touch multiple keys at one time and wind up jamming some of the a handful of the keys together up in the register port?
Oh yeah, they would, wouldn't they? They
Yeah.
would like.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could fuck up and hit like two or three keys sometimes by accident, getting going too fast and just punch the wrong combination of
Oh
keys
my god,
and
that would
throw
piss
two
me
or
off
three
so
of them up
much.
there.
I'd just be like, fucking,
Right.
that's it. Now I gotta start this whole thing over. Are you kidding
He
me?
got a Smith Corona Electric when he went to college.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
typewriters were some fun stuff. Now, and here was the thing. So, in the early days of you know um, advanced correction, right? With still the just the regular ribbon typewriter, right? Because it used to use a ribbon that would be on two spools and it would go across, and you'd have to change it. And you know, in the early days of it, you could flip it and get two sides, or you know, get a whole second use out of it. You know, But they got wise to that eventually and made it one way and all this other shit. And then they started adding layers of color to it. But whiteout, right? You're familiar with whiteout, the
Yeah, yeah.
liquid, the liquid. Well, they
Hmm.
used to make these sheets of it, and this was, a step past, just reaching up there and correcting it and backing up and retyping the letter. This one you would go through and you'd put it in with a letter and you would type a letter, the error letter again, and it would type the exact little bit of whiteout for the letter. It was these crazy little slips, and I
Oh
remember
my god.
typing and going having to back up and correct errors with these little slips of whiteout that would slip in there. Uh, Helton says he was the best student in typing 80 words per minute. Slower now. I'm an old dinosaur, right? I used to run somewhere 75 to 85 words a minute myself. Now I'm probably at best kicking somewhere 40 to 50 words per minute, but a lot of that is because I self edit and that screws up my speed.
Right.
It says the Smith Corona came with a correction ribbon cartridge. That machine was really nice, right?
Oh my
Hello,
god.
Saint. Good evening to you.
Thank God Saints here
Please,
saved me from these old fucks talking about like their shit from back in the day. Oh my god. They rode brontosauruses to work and shit. Jesus.
uh, Saint, please relive any experience or memories that you have with manual typewriters. Brother doesn't count. Maybe electric maybe you're using an electric, but if you've ever used a manual, hey, worked in an office. The best I could do was 25 words per minute on a computer.
Woo. Aw.
What's
John
your
Helton says it's okay, John, we love you. Damn right you do. I
right?
don't have a goddamn choice.
Hey, you know what? Hey, but
You're so lovable and cuddly.
here's the thing. Here's what I'm a firm believer in. So, for instance, I believe that if you can write in cursive, it makes your printing more legible, right? Because cursive is a little more free flowing, creative,
Yeah,
right? Um,
sure.
but I also believe that if you learn how to type on an old school typewriter, you will type much better on a computer. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah, of
it's
course.
it's
But
just one of those things, right? Learn
yeah, I
how,
learned how to typing in cheat codes for StarCrafts.
right? Oh, that's funny.
Also, how I learned how to spell
So,
the word overwhelming. I didn't know how to spell that until I played StarCraft, and I learned the cheat code.
so did you ever like do any formal typing training, like know where the home keys are and where your fingers
Yeah, in
should be, that
school,
kind of stuff?
yeah,
Did you
yeah, but I didn't
you
really give a fuck about it. But
but do you
yeah, in school I did.
or do you still to the revert to like a 2 to 4 finger kind of
Yeah,
hunt and peck?
no, I mean it's not really a hunt and peck. Like I know where everything is. I just don't use the home keys.
Right.
I'm kind of I do like my pinkies on the cap and shift caps lock and shift, and then my on my left hand, and then my next one's up by like the W and the E, and then the R and T, and down at the G and H, and that covers that whole side of the board. And then my right side starts with like the H J N, and I go up to the I and O, and then the P, and then my pinkies on the enter on the other side.
Wow.
I hit the
That's
space bar.
so much
But it
detail.
works for me. What are you gonna do?
Um, So Ron says knowing how to type was extremely useful in college, the military, and in the business world. I'm glad I learned it. Absolutely. Saint says, as far as I'm concerned, 25 per minute is a bureaucratic standard. Can't get things done so fast.
It's true.
Right. Uh, yes, and they do. Mavis Beacon teaches typing. Yes, Mr. Helton, that is still a thing. That is a great teaching tool for typing. Um, now, I will say this. I'm, I get your typing, I get your computer keyboards, how fast people can do that and everything. But, and I think Ron Helton is probably, I don't know, who else can, maybe you, John, sometimes could relate to this. There is nothing better than just sitting down and handwriting a whole bunch of shit. right? Whatever it is, whatever you're being creative and writing or doing whatever, just writing it with a. My favorite medium is a pen. I don't like pencil so much. I like a pen and just sit and just let my thoughts flow and write and you know, but not on a keyboard. My thoughts get kind of staccato whenever I'm having to use a keyboard. But if I'm writing with a, just writing in a journal or writing on paper, man, it's so much. Oh, the flow is just there.
So I get what you're saying, but for me, my first of all, my handwriting is absolutely atrocious. I know everyone says that, and everyone's like, "Oh, but mine's worse." I promise, it's not. You're fine. All right, my penmanship is god awful,
Sure.
and so not only that, but then I don't know if it was that I spent so little time writing. I'm not sure what the deal is, but if I write for like not even too long, not even that long, my hand starts to cramp up real bad, and I don't enjoy it.
And
Weird.
that's it's you gotta, for me, I can relate to that to a certain extent, but the key there is.
And then also I write left-handed, which means that I'm already my hand is on the spot where I've already written, so I
Right.
end up getting ink all on
Did
the
you not
side.
did you not learn how to write? Is there not?
No, you can just go ahead and stop. No,
No.
I mean obviously I can write, but it's not good. It's
uh,
much better if I just type.
yeah,
Typing's better.
so for me, the key is being able to read your own writing. If you can read your own writing, that's the important part, so that way, if you needed to put something into, because I used to like do my homework right in college, I would write
Hmm.
stuff down and then I would just go in and I would transpose it into the computer, because again, that flow, the free flow that I can get with writing, because I can write almost as fast as I think and
Hmm.
still stay legible enough for me to read it.
See, I can't do that. I can't write that fast.
And that to me is, because when, like I said, because I self edit and this that, and the other, it makes me stop and it breaks my chain of thought, and you know how that gets.
Well, see,
You
that's what
just
happens to
boom.
me if I'm writing, right?
Right.
Because I'm spending so long writing a word
Mm-mm.
that my brain has moved on,
I,
and
I
I'm
just
still stuck back here,
I'm
you
just
know, actually writing.
I
If I type.
see, and that was something else that I learned, that because I would be, if it was something important that I was going to be putting into the computer, I could write it phonetically the way it sounded in my head, and I would understand what I wrote, right? So you know what you wrote and what you intended from what you wrote. So then
Right.
when you go put it in the computer, of course, then you're going to be able to check the spelling, the definition, etc. So to get past those little hurdles that would impede stuff, man, my handwriting, shit that I would handwrite, I got so many scribbles on the fucking page, it's not even funny. But it's like, you know, the thoughts are coming. I gotta put them out there. Helton says, I used to write short stories in cursive and pen and leave them on my desk. My commander would read them and finally ask me to tell him the ending to the stories. Finally, I intentionally left Finally, I intentionally left cliffhangers in each story. Two things that he learned. Helton says he learned in school that helped him a lot in life: typing and learning Spanish. Saints has heard from a friend's grandmother that during the war she went to a typing class with a decrepit old crone who would whack you for mistakes. Yes,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's some. That I was glad it wasn't that bad. By the time I was going to school, because, I heard stories about that. You know, being that I was being raised by grandmother aged people, right? You hear
Right.
about things like that, but you learn you learn quicker, right? You make less
Yeah.
mistakes. But now, whenever
Figure
I
it out.
was the way they taught it, whenever I was in school, we were just typing repetitive words that sounded alike, looked alike. They were,
Hmm.
over and over and over and over and over and over to get that. You were building muscle memory, muscle memory, muscle
Right.
memory, muscle memory, and it was
Hmm.
like, oh my god! But I hate typing. I do.
I don't mind it. I don't know.
Voice
I like typing.
recognition has come a long way now. and I've seen the proof of this in some client work that I just recently did, where voice recognition software, in doing, I don't know, maybe it was about 3 to 4 hours worth of audio, uh, reading the transcriptions, I was like, damn, this thing is almost Johnny on the spot. Even,
Yeah.
very few words that it just couldn't make out, so it kind of stuck the right thing in there. At best, one per piece. At best,
Hmm.
you know. So it was interesting how far it's come.
Sure.
And what's interesting is they're using a software that's publicly out there that you can subscribe to and use for meetings and stuff, so that it'll instantly transcribe everything from meetings and everything. It's like
Right.
Dragon Naturally Speaking on crack. So you never have to type again. We've reached that point. Typing is going to become a thing of the past, except for coders, right? Everyone else is, nobody's going to know like the traditional methods of typing. I think we're going to move into a hunt and peck, and then eventually it's no keyboard needed. Everything's just going to be voice
Right.
controlled, this, that, and the other. The recognition is going to be off the chain to where, I don't know, man. I feel like a dinosaur when I think about that. Uh, Helton says muscle memory. That's what she said. Nice. Helton says he doesn't mind typing, but needs to hook up a wireless keyboard. Yes, wireless keyboard is nice. Makes reclining in a chair much more fun when you're on the computer. I was just
Yeah.
fixing to say that. Dragon Naturally Speaking. It's awesome. It was.
Hey,
Woman,
you
come
said
here.
fixing. I love it. I heard fixing. I guess no, I did hear fixing when I went to Charleston. They say that over
Yeah,
there too.
yeah. You fixing to head home?
Yeah, fixing the head on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
That's usually always something you hear whenever you're down south. Somebody's
Hmm.
going to say it, on that
Someone's
last day
fixing to
you're
do
there.
something.
You fixing you fixing to
Yeah.
head out there for dinner? You
Yep.
can go over to your aunt's. You fixing to head to your aunt's?
You can also fix some dinner.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you're fixing to fix some dinner.
What's even better is,
I fixed some supper.
hey,
I'm sorry, you're fixing
hey,
supper.
hey,
Yeah.
why don't you run out there to KFC and get some chicken and fixins?
Oh yes, you're right.
Get some
100%
chicken
you're right.
and
Yeah, and
get all the fixins. Get all the
that's
fixins.
right.
Get enough for
That's right.
everybody. Get all the fixins.
Oh
How's that
yeah,
word? That's one of them
that is a
words.
good one. Yeah, that is
Fixin' to.
100% true.
Fixin' to.
Fixing to go KFC, get some fixins.
Now
Fix
five
us
to
some chicken,
one
get us some fixins.
5 to 1 says that if you were to go back and look somewhere along the line, Jeff Foxworthy, he has these, he does a lot of redneck words and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Fixin'
yeah,
to, fixin' to, which it's probably one of them redneck words. I'm fixing to go to the store. Fixin' to,
yeah.
right?
Fixing to,
So it wouldn't
fixing to.
surprise
Yeah.
me if that's in his one of his redneck
Oh,
vocabulary
probably,
things. So,
probably.
but
He's got like three of those dictionaries out, so it's got to be
but
like.
yeah, that was a wide that word just. I'm fixing to fix your Indian. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the,
Yeah,
right? Fixing to fixing, fixing this
fixing
and
to fixing your
fixing that.
engine. Oh yeah, get all the fixings. That one was that's special. I
Right,
like it.
right. When was the last time you heard somebody say that?
Forever. I
Right.
don't even know. Yeah.
But anyway, so Helton says that phrase was passed down to me from my ancestors from Tennessee and Texas, right? After the Civil War, my mom's family moved from Tennessee to Texas. Saint says my grandmother
Mm.
viewed typing very negatively. She was an artist and wrote exclusively in old cursive. Right? I
That's cool as fuck. You know,
that is
it's awesome.
I lament the loss of cursive. I'm just going to put it out there. I lament the loss of this.
Never liked it.
This is, you know what? But the beauty of it was in the signature. Like look at your Constitution, look at your Declaration of Independence, any signed document from back in the day. The thing that set those apart were that there were signatures by hand. Those men put their names to it by hand. anybody can type in some shit on a computer, and it, that's not you, right? That
Yeah.
doesn't have to be
But as
you,
someone
right?
who has zero artistic ability,
You,
uh, and I mean zero
it,
artistic ability,
no, no.
that I would rather do it on the computer. It'll look better.
Look at signatures. Look at the signature. That was the thing about the signature. The signature didn't have to be legible. It had to be
Right.
yours. And
Right. It's just got to be unique. Yeah.
like you can't really read my name. You can figure out it by knowing what my name is. That's what it says. But it's just I everybody because that's what you made. You had your signature. When you were a kid, you learned how to sign your name in cursive. Once you
Yeah.
started learning cursive, and because that was your signature, that was who you were. Nobody else. Somebody had to be like on Kojak and like forging your signature. Like that was the shit. Now everybody
Yeah.
can forge your signature. All they have to do is press enter.
Yeah.
I mean, uh, Helen says, "Yeah, that is cool. Everybody has some type of artistic ability. They may not have discovered it yet. Yeah, but see that was the beauty of it. That's
No, I have an artistic ability, sure.
you know what? There was an entire field of study that went on with with signature analysis and handwriting
Hmm.
analysis and this that and the other, where they were like on TV you would see it all the time how they were these old school CSI stuff where they were like supplying handwriting analysis in court cases and this that and the
Right.
other and showing signatures forged on documents and that it didn't match this person's signature. And while she was very clever and quite good at imitating the
You know what's really
signature,
funny though?
she made one major error. If you notice, the hump in the upper
Yeah.
portion of the B is slightly more angular.
See, a handwriting analysis person is just someone who's really good at those. Like, can you spot all five differences in this picture? That's what they're
Right?
really good at. Is that thing? But no, you know it was funny. It was actually like un irrationally. I guess I was irrationally afraid when I was younger. Like when I first started using a credit card or a debit card. I mean, I started using a debit card, and like you got to sign for it sometimes on the little pad. And I
Right?
would always be scared, like, oh, I didn't do my signature just right, and like I'm gonna come get arrested now because like I didn't do it quite right. Really, I'm buying like a fucking Mountain Dew or some shit. Like nobody cares.
Wow.
What?
It's odd. It's almost like I smell cookies being cooked somewhere.
Okay.
But I don't. My wife wouldn't be cooking cookies.
Like
It's
those
just a
things she's
weird thing.
baking
Like,
them.
look, at my age, you don't want to have just random smells that
Oh, it's
shouldn't be there
true.
showing
Yeah.
up. It's a little bothersome. It's a little worrisome. Like I'm like smelling cookies burning, and like almost like at that point where it's like time to take them
Oh
out of the
no.
oven, right?
Oh no.
It's weird. But anyway, hey, you know what? Just just kill the stream if you need to. I don't know. But anyway, just dial 911. You know my address, so if I just fall out on the stream, I would hope you would do that. So thanks. You never had to contemplate that, have you? What do I do if ever it dies? Did you freeze up, John? John died on the stream. John, ooh, are we still streaming? We are still streaming. Anyway, Ron, I'll be your handwriting analysis. Wait, I think that is from another movie. Yes, I don't think it was quite that in the movie. It was your Huckleberry, but I could see how it would be similar. That's kind of how they sold it back then. Uh, I don't know, just something. Hopefully, nothing drastic. Here I am talking about me dying, and then John just, well, you saw it. He knows how to get back in though, so I don't know if he has some crazy technical difficulty or what. But Kilmer in OKC, nice guy. Now, see, I would like to meet Val Kilmer, but you know, I don't know. I really liked his older stuff more than I did some of this more stuff he did more recent times. Right? Like I did not love his Batman, but you know, of course, Tombstone was awesome. I loved him in Real Genius back when he was very young, first starting. You know, some of his early stuff. If you haven't seen Real Genius, um, check it out. It was a great movie from back in the day in the 80s, 80s, 90s. But I didn't love him in what was it? No offense, Saint, but in was it The Saint? Is that what it was? The remake of the old television show, The Saint. Uh, yes, Real Genius was a good movie. Yes. Oh, do you? Oh man, I for some reason I want to say I looked for years and I could, like, no matter where I was at, I could never seem to get my hands on a copy of Real Genius. Oh, look who's coming. Like I couldn't find it in a video store except for rental, but I would never catch it when like it was being cycled out. And oh, welcome back, John.
Yeah, thanks. Hi.
All right, I'll leave it. I'll leave it to you to figure out what we're do. What?
Well,
What?
no, I was just explain. When you were talking about your possible stroke, my computer decided that it was its turn to have
Gotcha.
a stroke,
Nice.
and yeah, it decided to completely lock up on me and be like, and I'm like, scared the shit out of me because I'm thinking like, oh my god, Robert's about to have a stroke on live on the air,
Right.
and then all of a sudden just.
I'll leave it to you to catch up and see what we're talking about. But yeah, as I was saying, I could never find the movie. I would just never catch it on time to get the movie in my hand and own it. And so, like, I'll watch for it like about once every 2 or 3 months. I'll look for it out on streaming networks and I'll watch it again because it's just one of those I cycle through old
Oh,
movies.
Tombstone.
No.
Damn, are you talking about Val Kilmer? And I see I'll be your Huckleberry, or I'm your
Right.
Huckleberry. So, come on. That's always
Uh,
good.
The
I just watched that
Saint.
movie.
All right,
Awesome
so
movie.
The Saint is your favorite by him? I mean, seriously, because I didn't love that movie. I don't know why, and I think it was because I don't know, he was too pretty. I don't know, he was too dramatic. There was too much smolder constant. I don't know. It was a weird vibe I got from him in that movie that I just don't think did him justice. He didn't seem as real, you know, like he didn't pull off the realism of it for me. Because of that, I don't know if that's the right way to explain it. Uh, I've only watched the movie the same about 20 times. Well, you know, I mean, I'm not knocking it. You know, I got love for Val Kilmer. It's just some things he should. I just, I don't think he did a great job as Batman. I'm just, I don't.
So,
They gave him the
Robert,
nipple costume, but anyway, what?
I was gonna say, I believe we have
No, we
some
don't.
videos.
No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, just FYI, I know you said something about Michigan. There's been another shooting in Colorado, and
Mm.
like 6 people have died. It was at a grocery store up there. No idea about the suspects in the hospital. He was shot. He was captured and whatnot, or a potential suspect. They said, but so that's going on up there right now. So you know, just be aware. You know, I don't know. There's no telling. I'm surprised they don't have more information about it.
Yeah.
Spun something spun about it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they're doing all that shit they're doing up in Georgia is just fucking stupid crazy. It's stupid fucking crazy, John. I'm
It's
just
stupid fucking crazy.
I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I mean, you've really got to be fucking kidding me how hard they're pushing this in that direction, in the wrong direction, where it's just like, you must accept this narrative. You must accept this narrative.
Hmm.
Nothing else matters, but you must accept this narrative. That is scary. But anyway, you know, yeah, you know, it's just one of those things that you're not. How do you laugh at it? Do you laugh at it? Can you laugh at it? Should we try to laugh at it? Maybe we should.
Yep.
So,
Speaking of left.
so, so I got to ask you. Seawall submitted something. Party for One. It's young. It's a broadcast of another show, and I've just been. He said it was something a sea shanty parody he had wanted you to see, but I don't know. It's on the Brooke and Jeffrey show, so I'm a little concerned about playing stuff that's other people's shows. I don't know. Have you figured out where
Is
we
it
lie
wait?
on
Is by
that?
show? Do you mean
It's like
by
they're.
show? Do you mean like is it on cable or is it another YouTube show?
It looks like a podcast. They're doing They do a podcast,
Oh, then it should be fine.
radio kind of thing. Um, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't because I don't know where things fall on this stuff anymore. Like our last show, what was it? Monday's show got tapped because of something
Yeah,
we showed
yeah.
on there. One of those short films.
But it was well, that was like a skit from a legit show, wasn't it?
It was on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know if it was a legit show or not. I don't keep up with what's actually on television
Yeah, I don't know.
versus what was made for YouTube. Um,
And
Ed says he has a question for you though.
and I have an answer for Ed.
Uh, while we're waiting, Helton says they're going to use these shootings to justify more illegal gun laws. These types
Hmm.
of shootings happen all the time. They're just pushing the narrative now, right? They're
Well,
just Dems are in office,
and
right?
Saints being rude to Ed. Ooh,
Shut up,
you know, I
naughty,
hope they start
naughty.
fighting.
Chemistry
Fight,
between
fight.
oh,
You won't hit
well,
him.
you know
You
what?
won't hit him.
Yeah, I get the chemistry between chemistry. I see what you're saying there, but I mean, you know, it wasn't enough to hold me in the movie. Sorry, I'm just having a private conversation with Ron Hilton for a moment.
See that? Yeah, this is
We're
the
bonding.
Robert and
We're,
Ron show.
we're bonding. We're bonding, John. Boomer bonding. We're boomding.
Ed says he was told to ask if I would shave on air. I mean, not for nothing, like not just randomly. No.
Everything has a price,
What
sir.
are we talking about? That's right. Everything has a price. What are we talking about?
You should know by now. If John's going to whore himself out, there's going to be money involved. There
That's right.
must be money.
I'm not just gonna fucking come and eat your lobster and then put it down. Like, no, I don't want the cash. I don't want the lobster.
John's not a stupid Michiganer.
That's right.
Now, do you have a serious offer to put on the table for him? If you did, John will.
Anyway,
Helton says, "Okay, I watched the Saint TV series with Roger Moore, and I really enjoyed the movie version with Kilmer Moore." Oh,
okay.
well, I get you
I don't
there.
know anything about any of that.
So anyway, so what? Wait, Ed's getting ready to do a charity stream, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Wow. So here's the
And
question.
on the 17th, I believe.
Here's the question: would you be willing to shave if they could raise enough money on his charity show?
Well, that's what he's
Uh,
saying. And
Cause
I told him originally in DMs, I told him 1,000 because he was trying to get it for 500, and I was like, bitch, come on, like I ain't that cheap, right? So I was talking about 1,000. I'm thinking I need to push it up to 1,500.
because
I
it
don't
won't be on our
know.
show.
Right, it won't be on our show, so
Right.
I'm pouring my beard for someone that's not on our show, and not our show.
Yeah,
So,
that makes it a little.
and yes, run out next month.
That makes it a little more dicey, doesn't it?
Right, it means that I then have to show up on a future show here with no beard. Right, so I don't
Right.
know.
And explain it to
Yeah.
our widespread audience.
Right, our massive platform that we have.
I said exactly what I intended to say, and it addresses it perfectly our audience. They are widespread
They are widespread. That is
throughout
true.
the country. They
Right, occasionally internationally.
occasionally. So there we go. Our widespread audience. You know what? I don't care. I don't care if I'm doing it for 3 people. If those 3 people come around, want to hang out and talk shit
Yeah.
with us, and I will.
Fucking
So,
down. Hell yeah.
so I gotta I gotta mention this too. Fucking Biden almost put that bitch in charge.
Yeah.
He almost put that bitch in charge.
You almost got felled by a flight of stairs, yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. I was like, oh no, tell me that didn't happen. Not once, not twice, but 3 times going up one flight of fucking stairs. I'm like,
Three
you are
times.
just shooting for putting somebody else in charge. So I'm going to share this with you. I thought this was funny. I believe it was.
Yes.
I believe it was Seawall that shared this. But this was kind of funny, and try not to laugh too hard, but please try to laugh. And just on the loop, boom.
Yep. Take it
Now,
down.
now I gotta ask, is this not the kind of thing that they're gonna use? They could use against him to just go ahead and move him on out. Like this is gonna be like the very first log on the fire, right? I'm just wow.
I mean, probably not, because they're defending it way too much.
Oh, are they?
Oh
Wow.
yeah, there's all kinds of like, oh he didn't fall down. Look, the fact checkers are like he didn't fall down the stairs,
He
like
fell
he
up.
fell up the stairs, and I was like, oh, so this is mostly false and shit like that. Um,
Oh,
I
it's
believe
put.
that this video actually was fact checked. You'd be like, no, this is actually doctored. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, no shit, dude.
Well, like anybody, anybody who's watching it, I can see the cuts and that there's cuts and
Yeah, it's
thrown around,
obvious,
but
right?
I can see the stumble he had and piece together the stumble, right?
Right.
What I immediately took away from looking at it, I think he was just trying to go up the steps too fast. He was just trying to go too fast. That's all it was. It was just Joe trying to prove he could get up those steps, that he could still run the bleachers. That's what it was.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can still run these bleachers.
How'd
I
that
can
work
run.
out for him?
I can run these bleachers. Fuck. But you know what? He's like right there when he's down. You know what he's thinking to himself? Oh, I can't let that bitch go and get in there yet. Hold on. Get up. Get up, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it, Joe. Get the fuck up before they put her in charge. Get up, Joe. Get up. The only thing better would be if there was a ref over here on the side calling it. 1, 2.
Yeah. That would be fucking fantastic. Oh my god. Shows up from like the top and it's just like, one, two.
Right.
Oh my god, that'd be fantastic.
Now, I didn't understand this when Seawall threw out here. So you see this, mainstream
Okay.
media, fact checkers and leftists be like, this is real. But now,
Right,
is
so
it just the ridiculousness of what it's saying as it
no,
plays, or
it's
is the clip important?
well, so you saw the clip that people are talking about is supposed to be fake. Like there's a green screen behind him and all that kind of shit. Have you seen that? Where like he's coming out and it looks like his hand goes like through one of the microphones as if it's not
Oh,
actually there, like it's the green screen thing.
yes, I think I know what you're talking about. Yes, I think
Okay,
I have
so
seen that one. Go ahead.
yeah, so it's I guess it's riffing off of that, saying how obvious that it was fake. But although by the way, I don't think that it was fake. But I mean, you be the judge, I suppose. But this is probably going to be funny though. Find out.
Well, I hope. Let me do one thing real quick. Ed sent this. I just
Oh.
want to make sure that this is another. Oh,
What? That's pretty good. Yeah,
yeah, that's good. Thanks, Ed. That was nice. I like that.
that was
All
really
right, so
good.
let's see. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out if what was going on in the background, like the audio was. My internet connection is not unstable. You are. I don't see anything
Oh,
unstable.
it is you this time.
No, my internet shows fine, and the same thing can be said for OBS. I'm not showing any issues there. No dropped rates or frames. Nothing. But anyway, I think it was Discord. It's a message from Discord, which is stupid because, that's Ed's fault for sending me stuff.
Sure.
But anyway, so, yeah, I thought the audio had something to do with this because I can't really make out what the fuck they're saying.
travel to the southern border, sir?
Not at the moment.
Have you decided when you're able to share thoughts with other countries? Is it allies or neighbors first? Who will be the first country to get U.S. vaccines?
I've been talking with several countries already. Well, I'll let you know that very shortly.
That was really good. Like how he shakes him. It's pretty funny.
But Helen says Ford used to fall all the time also, and they did not remove him. Yeah, Gerald Ford. Now see, that was who was it? Chevy Chase.
Yeah, that's what he says next.
I'm sorry. Chevy Chase made skits on SNL to make fun of Ford's falls. Yeah, and that became Chevy Chase's thing, was taking pratfalls. So that carried on after Ford was out of office. He carried it on into his own thing too, since he was drunk with power. There's a better meme video. Got it. Yeah, put the sound on. You shut up. There was a sound. Oh, it had video game sound. Sorry, I didn't realize it didn't have everything.
It was probably
else.
Copyrighted though, so
yeah. So
probably the actual.
Yeah. See, Ed's trying to get us kicked off again. Why?
Right.
Why?
I don't know.
This was funny. This was funny. Have you seen this? This is kind of funny.
I have not, no.
So this is an ATF recruitment meeting.
Oh, yes. This is going to be good.
Okay, now I want you to pay close attention. You see there's names there for some of these people in those 4 white boxes?
Yeah.
Watch the speakers change. The one that changes is the speaker that you're going to hear in this. So
right.
Pay attention to his name.
Hi, I've got a quick question about the hiring process.
Okay.
So whenever I'm so say down the road, whenever I decide to apply to the ATF for an internship or something, am I required to not know the Second Amendment, or am I trained to ignore it?
Watch everybody.
Everyone, as always, any requirements for internships or employment will be listed in the job announcement.
They got rid of Mike Hunt real quick.
Removed.
Yes, and everybody else muted. Everybody else muted. Did you notice all those mutes came on at once?
Yep.
Yeah, they're like, shut everybody down right now.
Mute everyone. That's what they did. They just mute everyone, kicked him out, unmuted. That is insane.
Right?
Wow.
So
fucking love it.
Yeah, that was so.
Good boys.
At what point do I just ignore the second?
Yeah. Am I just trained to ignore it?
At what point do we just act like it doesn't exist? Thank you. I'm
curious. I mean,
there's always somebody.
Question.
But yeah, it's. I love how he timed his name change perfectly, so that right as he starts speaking, he becomes Mike Hunt. And I wonder, and I'm watching other people around in this, and nobody's really given any indication that they're noticing much of anything till he like actually says what he's trying.
Right.
I mean, most people did so well at having perfect poker faces. I mean, just kind of do it, just an overall watch on everybody.
Hi, I've got a quick question about the hiring process.
Okay.
I was hoping somebody would crack.
Whenever I'm so say down the road, whenever I decide to apply to the ATF for an internship or something, am I required to not know the Second Amendment, or am I trained to ignore it?
Oh, right here, this guy did break.
Bottom right chick did too. Blonde chick on the bottom right.
Oh, right down here, or over here?
Yeah, down here.
Okay, bottom right. Gotcha.
Bottom right,
you're right.
Yeah.
But this guy here with the red wall, he tosses his head back and gets a little chuckle, but everybody else is. You can see little smirks and grins and stuff, but smirks, like everybody's just like, oh, muted. Oh. All right, saved my ass. I'm safe now.
Yeah, that dude just put a turd in a punch bowl right there.
Oh my
He's
god.
Party.
Right. Oh, that's some funny shit. So, what does Helen say? He says, I'm sad that you skipped my beard comment. Scratch it. Oh, wait. Where's it?
Wait, we skipped his beard comments? We apologize, Ron.
Oh, Helen says,
Oh,
oh,
sarcasm.
I need to
Um,
shave my beard. Spring is here. Uh, Saint says he doesn't have a TV series. Going back to talking about the Saint. Um, it is a beautiful beard, but it has to go. Too hot to garden with a beard. Understandable, Ron. Declare that the election was stolen. All these commies must go. Are you still preaching that? God, you guys catch up,
that's so beginning of the year.
right? Dude, we have a cancer culture war to fight. God, don't you know?
Oh man.
Uh,
Of course, as we all know, this was the safest, most secure, and fairest election that has ever been. Biden, popular president to ever exist. More popular than Ronald Reagan, who I believe it was his second term. Won every single state in the electoral college except for one. Uh, Even more popular. Biden is more popular than Reagan. Um, so yeah, obviously these are the truths. These are the facts. And if you say anything else, I denounce you.
you need to understand that it needs to be at least 1 to 2, maybe 3 years in our past before we can cancel it. So we'll just put that on the back burner, and we will get to that.
Right, we'll get to that as soon as it doesn't matter anymore.
Right, we will get to that. Okay.
2 or 3 presidents from now.
Right.
As soon as we have an almighty dictator, that's when we can release that information.
Richard Potato is going to be taking office.
Richard Potato.
Largest voter turnout in the U.S.
Good.
elections. Yes. Ed says, so I went out and fired freedom sticks with my brother-in-law this weekend. I like that, freedom sticks.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. Thanks.
Joe, come on, man. Joe is cooler than Obama and all the other losers combined.
That's true. Joe Biden is the best president we've ever had already.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, you gotta watch. Just watch a few episodes of Young Rock,
I'm not.
because
I'm
Dwayne Johnson. Just seeing him, like what it would be like if Dwayne Johnson were running for president, is kind of funny. It really is. It's worth that little bit of Schadenfreude. You know,
I'm actually on a westerns kick right now. I'm watching
Oh, no.
westerns.
now
So guys,
define
send me your
westerns.
recommendations for that because I am actually asking for recommendations
Okay.
for western movies. I just watched Tombstone yesterday, which was fantastic. I enjoyed that a
Yes,
lot.
it was.
Yeah.
You tell him Wyatt Earp is coming and hell's
That's
coming
right, that was-
with me.
That's right. It was badass, man. I like that movie a lot.
Nothing. Oh, god damn. That gets me. Goosebumps, bro. Goosebumps.
Yeah.
But you got hold on now. Before the recommendations come, I gotta ask you, this is important. So, how far back are you willing to watch? Like, do you
I'll watch
want
all of
old westerns as well?
Yeah, if you
So-
got black and white ones, I don't give a fuck.
So,
Yeah.
and the reason I ask is this, because there is the Magnificent Seven, and there was the original that was made way back in the day with Yul Brynner and all this excellent western. I remember it from when I was a kid, and then I think they made a second one back, like a sequel to it later on. But then there's a present day. And I have to say that if you do, this is like an important one to watch. Magnificent Seven was great.
Okay.
So you have to watch the original first, though. The original Magnificent Seven.
Right.
Then you can watch the present day Magnificent Seven. They're very similar stories, but I definitely suggest that is one of the best ways to do it.
I actually just watched. I watched the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Yeah, watched that today. That was really cool. I liked it was kind of a bunch of different stories that having nothing to do with each other. They're just like a bunch of
Okay.
shorter movies. That was
Okay.
really cool.
Before we go on with the video, I got to say this. You could right now. You should get a pen. You should write that. I tell you right now. I could puke up so many westerns that you need to watch
God.
throughout the years that are really good and should be in your gun belt, as it were. Your
All right, I'll put you over here. I'll open up my fancy dancy Word document.
Now, see, now
And I'll
here we go.
start
Ron
a
Helm,
blank
huge fan of
document.
Kurt Russell, right? Remember when he starred on
There's
Gunsmoke
Tombstone.
as kid looking for his mother? Yes, sir. Then Disney's The Computer War, Tennis Shoes. Yes, some of the old great stuff by Kurt Russell.
All right. So what got there?
Did you get the Magnificent Seven, old then new? You got to have that one.
Huh?
Now this one was kind of in the late Western period, but it, leading into the Depression days. But it's called The Rainmaker. Great movie. But you may not like it, but it's good to have in there. If anybody hasn't seen it, I suggest you go see it. Basically, any old spaghetti western with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Now, so if you look up like A Fistful of Dollars and The Good, Bad, and the Ugly and Two Mules
Good,
for
Bad, and the Ugly
Sisters,
is already on my list.
Two Mules for Sister Sarah, those are great. You gotta get the old John Wayne, Rooster Cogburn, and what was the other one? Help! I bet you can help me. Oh yes, and by the way, I absolutely agree. Snake Plissken was one of Kurt Russell's greatest roles. Not Escape from L.A. That sucked ass. I can't believe he signed up to do that movie. But Ed, I will say Back to the Future 3, yes, you should probably add that to your Westerns. I suggest watching all three of them back to back for that experience of that Western. But Helton, True Grit, right, okay, yes. So there was True Grit, and then there was also Rooster Cogburn, and basically those were the same he was playing the same role in both of those, just different stories with the two of them. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't... Yeah, True Grit, and then he also did Rooster Cogburn. Or am I thinking of the present day? Don't watch the present day first, though. Watch the John Wayne first.
Of course.
John Wayne, most of his westerns, if you see any of his old westerns, most of them was pretty good. Some of them were a little more love story, but there was always good gunslinging action in a John Wayne western. Yeah. You couldn't go wrong there. But some stuff a little bit more present day. Silverado. Silverado's a great western. And the Quick and the Dead. Quick and the Dead is a great one. Sharon Stone and Gene Hackman and Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a
nice.
It's a whole competition, gunslinging competition, fast draw.
Right.
Yeah. So True Grit was first, and then Rooster Cogburn. Both of them were John Wayne. So. That's that was kind of a old sequel kind of thing happening with movies back then. War Wagon, nice, yes. There you go.
Which one?
War Wagon.
War Wagon.
Yeah. But now Gunsmoke, the old television series. I have to say, I think it was a great western that was coming on syndicate. It was really good. Most underrated movie is War Wagon, he says. Funny movie. Had John Wayne and Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas was great in a lot of stuff that he did. James Coburn was big back then. Now, while it wasn't a Western movie, but had a Western feel to it in it, Dirty Dozen. The original Dirty Dozen. Last Train to Yuma. Or is it the 310 to Yuma? That's what it was? 310 to Yuma, excuse me.
I've actually seen that one.
Yeah. So. James Arness was a great actor. His brother was Peter Graves from Mission Impossible. Yeah. Yep. And Festus. Oh, I loved Festus. Great stuff. Let's see. So there's a whole list. Now, when I if you look up Clint Eastwood's spaghetti westerns, there's probably a dozen to 20 movies there that you can pilfer through, and John Wayne again's a good selection of them. Now, going back even further, the old original Lone Ranger television series was awesome. The old black and white, that was a great television series, western. if you're allowed to watch it anymore, because of course, had Geronimo, and of course they'll say that was white privilege, some white issue, and the way that Geronimo was
Right.
portrayed has got to be canceled. But
That's what's great about DVDs. Can't change a DVD.
um, but now
Well, at least, well,
Gene Autry used to do some good Western stuff. Oh, what was the movie with? Oh God, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. What's the guy's name? Plays Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. It's a Wonderful Life. Somebody help me, Ron Helton. You can help me, John. It's a Wonderful Life. They play it every Christmas. What's the guy's name? He talks like this, and he's Jimmy Stewart. My name is Jimmy Stewart. That's right, Jimmy Stewart. The Rifleman was a better. I'm not saying The Rifleman was a great TV show, and I do strongly recommend that one as well. It's a great suggestion. The Rifleman from back in the day. I can agree how it might have been a better show, but they were two different times, so there's that to weigh in. Well, to a certain extent. But Jimmy Stewart, what was the one he played? The priest. What was the damn name? It was great. Very, very dramatic Western thing where he had to, he was a priest. He was trying to get past, he was trying to move on with it from evil ways, as it were. He was also a gunslinger. It was back in the day. Every Christmas season. But yeah, he did I can't remember the name of the damn Western. So we'll have to, if you can remember what it is. But anyway, you could look it up. Jimmy, I guess I could.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't have a window open. Do I? Yeah, I can have a window. I'll know it in just a moment. It only takes a moment. If you haven't seen it, I strongly recommend it. It was one of his Liberty Valance, great one that he was in, but that's not the one that I'm thinking of, if I remember correctly. So it must not have been that popular because I'm not seeing it. The Shootist, was it The Shootist? No, that was John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart, right? I think Jimmy Stewart was in it young. I'll have to find it and tell you. Because Jimmy Stewart was in a lot of Westerns back then. But he played a priest, and he was trying to get past his evil ways and just, make his peace with God and teach the word of the Lord and blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, he gets pulled back into the life and has to,
Yeah, of course.
kill and destroy the evil that is plaguing the town. But they used to say Liberty Valance played Liberty Valance once a year at the local theater here. The theater is now for sale. Thanks, Guberment, right? Yeah, I missed that. That was the same thing with, that's the same thing that happened to the little Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yep.
Once it went to video and people stopped, doing cult theater viewings and stuff, man, that used to be the great Friday night weekend. Seventh Heaven? Was it Seventh Heaven? No, that was a television show. Maverick. Oh, Maverick is a great one. Yes, Maverick's a great Western to watch. Now, that's got Mel Gibson. Now, there's the television show Maverick that actually had, what's his name? From the Rockford Files.
I don't fucking know. I don't know that shit.
But yeah, Maverick. Look up Maverick with Mel Gibson and what's his name from the Rockford Files. Why can't I remember names? See, this is what's happening. But it was a television show back in the day, a television western, much like Bonanza and all those other television westerns, which was good. But then they also made a movie with Mel Gibson for present day back in the 90s, early 2000s, actually, I think.
94.
Was it 94?
Look at it right now. Yeah, 94.
What was the guy's name that was in there with Mel Gibson?
James Garner.
James Garner. And James Coburn is also in there. James Coburn had you could see that the
James Garner, Jodie Foster.
That was one of the first movies where you could actually see James Coburn's arthritis becoming so bad that like he can't very easily open up one of his hands. Either of his hands, they kind of look like claws now. Yeah, see, Helton remembers the Rocky Horror Picture Show reenactments. Did you ever do that? Was that a thing in your
No.
growing up? Rocky Horror Picture Show at a theater,
Nope.
doing like the
Oh,
whole
I know exactly
spiel?
what you're talking about. No.
Or did you just never go? Because you were in South Carolina, I would think that it would still be there for. It would have still been going on to some
think so.
extent. Because
I never knew about it.
Ah, yeah, it's a shame. You missed out on some really good stuff. You've never used a typewriter. You're now having to catch up on all the old westerns. But no, so yeah, James Stewart. He's got quite a selection of westerns, and he's a really good actor through most of them. I mean, he made a hell of a career, and you'll see him. Definitely check out The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. That's him and John Wayne again. They partner those two up. If you're working with John, if you were working with John Wayne back in the day, you were there. If you were, the Duke. I reckon we'll circle these wagons and get the women inside and have them cook up some beans. We're gonna take care of these red skins. Can I say redskins? They would have said it in the back then.
They would have said it in the movie, yeah.
But I said rednecks, so I'm like, this is that's a more updated John Wayne movie, probably after he was dead. But anyway, so you got a list there. You got plenty of stuff there. All right, All right, let's see. Do we have some time for a little bit of funny or what?
Yeah. Of course.
One more
round. Got a few things left.
There's this one's got a few. It has a few minutes to it, but they're all pretty quick. And it's about 10 minutes, then we'll wrap this thing up because I got to get the hell out of here or something. But anyway, so these are just some funny stuff. I would say kind of cringeworthy, like things that make you cringe inside a little. You cringe sometimes, don't you, John?
I love it.
To the referee.
Well, hold on. Was that really loud? That sounds really loud on this one.
I can't. You're not sharing.
I'm not?
No.
I would share with you if you were a nicer guy.
Well, it looks like I'm a nicer guy.
There we go. I should share with the audience as well. They like that stuff.
Right.
Throws it to the referee. The referee ducked out of the way. And the fans, the fans in the second row got
I love how they try and pin some shit on the basketball player. The announcer's throwing him under the bus.
Well, I think one of the Spurs players
Looks
helped
like
her
he
with
did.
that third
She was
drink.
like, what the fuck?
I think Trey Lyles did that on purpose. He's saying he didn't. I think he tipped that right in her face. Now here's the pass. And as the pass goes out of bounds, you can see the spray flash.
Oh my God.
If you like underage girls.
Got him.
Why would you say that?
Ed. This is
No, Ed would do some shit like that.
Look out for a man who robbed a store, and I think we do have his description. Can we take that? Let's take his description.
Is that Ron Helton? Is that what it is?
Okay.
No.
This is the guy. They wanted people in Pennsylvania to be out on the lookout for.
Maybe it's Saint.
He's got a nose.
He's got a nose.
It goes like that.
Some hair.
He was wearing a hat at the time of this particular crime. It's got kind of a chin that goes down.
They're fucking with him. They gotta be fucking with him.
Yes, but your job is to keep going. You're like hoping. Shit.
A PC? What? It's yours, Tyler.
Okay, we about to go on vacation. Where are we going? More money, more.
Oh
No.
yeah, no.
We get the base of the cake on the table, and the head
That was a
just
super
crashes
well done
to the
cake.
floor. I look down.
Who, him? Way too loose, man. You can slip out. You gotta tighten it full on. Well, you would
Oh my god.
So pull it from the bottom.
Bro,
It's like a car seatbelt. Like you just pull it, it'll this.
wait, is my tools?
Actually, both of them. Hey, I got both seatbelts completely loose.
Yeah, that's real good.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
That's just fucking rude, alright? That is not cool. It's like, damn, I don't
Okay.
know.
Is about to be joined by an additional.
Okay, so that makes me pause and ask you, have you ever seen the show Candid Camera?
No.
Okay, now this one was from way back in the day, and they used to pull awesome fucking pranks just like that, right?
Yeah.
Just all sorts of stuff, everything, like setting somebody up to thinking they're a temporary worker in an office, having to answer just weird fucking phone calls and
Right.
shit. It's very dated stuff, of course. When you're seeing it, you're like, this is definitely just old shit, but funny stuff. It was from back in the, I want to say Candid Camera was like 50s or 60s is when it started. Alan Funt is the name of the
Great
host,
name.
Alan Funt. But it ran for many, many years, and then multiple iterations for a while after it left, with other people picking up the helm of Candid Camera and doing stuff. So, like if you think about Jamie Kennedy's
Oh god.
prank show, right? That gives homage back in the day to Candid Camera.
Right.
That was the start of shows like that, in my opinion. But if you ever get a chance to see some old episodes of Candid Camera, I would love to show some on here. That's some funny shit, but I doubt we could get the copyright stuff. Maybe, I don't know. But hilarious stuff. Hilarious stuff.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Call me. Dang, what movie was Stewart a Priest? I have to think. Was it The Man Who Shot? It wasn't The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. No, it wasn't that. I'll think of it, or I'll look it up, and I'll just go to sleep. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it, and I'll get the answer to you sometime in the near millennium.
Member.
Alright, and then here we have the nursery. So it's starting to get set up. It's not quite done yet. It's not due for another couple of months, so we still have some more time.
So I am currently about 23, 24 weeks pregnant. We found out a couple weeks ago that we're having a girl. We're very excited.
So who's the father of the baby?
So Chris is the biological father. We just know that because of timing. But as far as, I guess, socially goes, we're all raising the baby together, so everyone's dad.
So Chris, how do you feel
Yeah.
about
I'm only shaking your hand.
That bitch had a harem.
So many people here. I've lost their home. We need more help.
What are you doing?
Can you carve your name in there? Oh my god.
Do it under his keyboard.
Let's see what that looks like. Oh! Is this the desk he made with his dad?
Probably.
Wow. It's anybody's match. It's anybody's run. Anybody?
Yeah.
It's coming up. No shit. Oh.
Yeah, he straight played that, dude. He was slipstreaming his ass.
Yeah, kick him in the head. Fuck you, man. I had that.
If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know, clap your motherfucking hands. If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know, if you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know what you really motherfucking want to motherfucking show it. If you're motherfucking happy and you motherfucking know, clap your motherfucking hands.
Pinky. Hi, this is Pinky.
Wait, start again. Hold on. Go.
This is Pinky. He's a male cat, domestic short hair. He's available for adoption. He's pet of the week, Placer County Animal Shelter. He's a very loving cat.
Hang on to us, please.
It was so terrible.
Pinky.
Pinky.
Pinky. Whoa.
So lovable.
Right.
Pinky, settle down, bud.
He's so lovable.
Flipping shit. Oh my god.
Somebody gotta catch me.
He's gonna hang himself. Helton says cats are the spawn of the devil. Changed my mind, dude.
No, I'm with you, dude.
Hold on. My cat Loki is really cool, dude. I'm just saying.
And they all say that until this shit happens.
Yeah, this won't happen with Loki.
No.
You got him back?
Totally. Leg. Oh my god. Brown Legos. Feel you, brother. Feel you.
No, Chris, that's abusive. Stop.
Christopher.
Chris, stop. I understand that, Ron Helton. I understand that. I've made my peace with it.
Hey, is Tufak available, Mr. Tufak? Yeah, I'm looking for Mr. Tufak. No? I'm looking for someone to fuck.
Oh.
Mom's gonna look on that camera.
He looks distressed.
Slightly.
Oh my god.
I know.
You know the sad part is, I've done that with Rhea.
I mean, that's a toddler. It's not an adult. Yes, like and subscribe, everyone, for more videos. Subscribe to us, though.
That's horrible to say, Jen.
Well, subscribe to them, too, I guess. I don't really care, but yeah, subscribe to us and like our shit.
You should care. If hey, you know, if we're gonna show their content, we should support it as well. Thank you for your funny stuff and letting us show
Yes,
it.
thank you for putting together other people's clips so that we can watch you put together other people's clips and make fun of it. So.
Well, you know what? You know what? You can have that mocking tone whenever you you put the time and effort into putting together the clips.
I did. I sent you most of them.
No. I'm talking about the clips for that video, like that video, right?
For that video.
Yeah. Watch people die while watching you boob videos. Thanks, Susan. All right. But no, Candid Camera. Check it out, John. I dare you to check out Candid Camera and not laugh. Even it's old, even though it's old school stuff, it's funny. The reactions these people have, and some of the best ones are when they are getting husbands in trouble with their wives.
Well, of course, yeah.
I mean, it's just hilarious at some of the shenanigans that can ensue between a husband and wife back in the day when, you know, he was actually, you know, he thought when he thought he was in charge.
Right.
Right. All right, so John, let's wrap this thing up and let's see how quick and easily you can tell these people where they can find us and get it done.
Yeah, if you look in the description, you have all of our links. We have our Twitter at GenCatP. We have our Discord server, which is a lot of fun. Go check it out. And sometimes you get notifications there. And we got our subscribe stars. If you like us, you can give us a bunch of money. We'll give you some stuff in return. So make sure you check out which ones those are. And it's probably actually about it. We're Gilded. Well, so check us out on Freedom Scoop over on Gilded.
Not bad, but you just went too fast.
Too fast. How fast I can go.
No, I didn't say that. You go back and listen to it again, and you'll see that's not what I said.
How fast you can say it. Yes,
no, I did not.
Yep.
I have witnesses, and I have video to prove it.
You have nothing.
I have everything, John.
You have these nuts.
I have all my cards on the infield ready to make a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you lads quitting for the night? Yeah, we usually only go for an hour. It's been over an hour.
It's been more than an hour.
But I appreciate you calling us lads and everything. It makes me feel less old. Damn, I was just getting started. Whoa, dude, watch porn or something, dude. You know.
I mean, I'm flattered, but
I am kind of too. It's a sticky place to be, right? You know,
sticky.
But anyway, you know, I mean, you know, slow down. You know, while you still have a hand that is able to get the mouse where you need it to go. Get yourself get some porn pulled up. I don't know, something with chickens. I don't know, whatever makes you happy. No, I'm just kidding. But we got to get the hell out of here. So we'll be back again on Wednesday night, and there's going to be some show coming at you for an episode of Shooting the Shit at 9:30 p.m. on Wednesday. We'll also be back again on Friday for a regular episode of 8:30.
Actually, Friday we have a guest.
We do. Our guest has changed to this coming Friday?
No, different guest.
Oh.
We're having Cam from the Mad Ones podcast. He's going to be a guest with us. So yeah, that'll be cool. That's I don't know if you remember Jessica Green. We've had her on a few times. That's he is her co-host for their podcast. We're gonna have him on and talk to him about some anarchy stuff and whatever's going on in the news and stuff. Yes.
Who?
His name is Cam.
I was just kidding. But I'll be ready for it or something. I'll act ready. I don't know. But that'll be at 8:30 p.m. On Friday night. And then, of course, we'll be back a week from now, hopefully, with another episode of Fill in the Gap. You know, try and bring you a little bit of humor, just have some fun at the start of the week before you get into all the nightmare that is the rest of the week. Try and relieve any cases of the Mondays. All those times are going to be the Eastern time zone, the one and only true time zone, not to be confused with all the rest of you out there who are they're just posers, John. They're posers. But we're going to get the hell out of here. Thank you so much for being here, everyone, tonight. And yes, Ron Helton, I will find that movie, and I will tell you what it is.
Pretty sure it's Seventh Heaven. I just looked it up. It's Seventh Heaven.
I believe that might be it. So anyway, check into it, Ron. We will be the hell out of here, and we'll see you next time, folks. Have yourselves a great night. Peace out.
Yep, see you guys.
The war will begin.